Hey there everyone, this is a D&D 5th edition build I like to call the Natural. This is going to give you every single skill proficiency by level 8. You're going to have 11 expertise skills by level 11. You will be able to choose to just never fail an ability check, well, at least never crit fail an ability check by level 16. And by max level we will have 4 saving throw proficiencies. Now I'm just using the standard array because I like to keep things simple and point by makes my head hurt. For background, I took Charlatan to take Deception and Sleight of Hand for my skill proficiencies, and Disguise and Forgery kits for my tool proficiencies. I'm also quite fond of the false identity feature, just be able to be like, well, no, that was some other guy who doesn't exist, and then just invest time to create a whole nother false identity when I want to. Not any background will work with this. I think Entertainer works rather well for this as well, but just be careful, check the proficiencies that are set for some of the classes that you're going to be getting into. And we're going further, obviously we're going to take Variant Human because I like me those extra feats. Score improvements, you're going to take +1 to Dex and +1 to Charisma for your skill proficiency. You can take any, well, we can take almost any skill proficiency. Again, just go and check what's going to be set, what you can't change later on. But I'm going to take Investigation. For my level 1 feat, I'm going to take Prodigy. I'm going to take Insight as my skill proficiency. For my expertise, I'm going to put that into Investigation. Again, you can put it into anything that you have proficiency in, anything you've chosen proficiency in, yada yada yada. For my tool proficiency, I'm going to take Alchemist Supplies because you are not going to be getting any Constitution saving throw proficiency, and Antitoxin might just save your ass, mate. Language, you can take any language you want, but when you're going to be sweet talking things as well as this build allows you to, you may as well take Draconic. If you don't have sweet talking a dragon on your list, then I honestly don't know what you're doing. Level 1, obviously, we are going to take Rogue because that gives you 4 skill proficiencies to start with, which is the most that any class gives you. The only time I'll tell you to take something else is if maybe you want different saving throws. That is about it. But yeah, you're going to be having to put in a bit more work to make that work. So your saving throws are going to be Dexterity and Intelligence. You'll get Light Armor Proficiency, don't worry, we'll get up to Medium later. I think that's about as high as we go. Weapon proficiencies will be simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. You'll get your Thieves' Tools proficiency, which is great for unlocking stuff that should not be unlocked. Skill proficiencies, I took Acrobatics, Perception, Persuasion, and Stealth. Then from there, you'll either get your starting equipment or the gold. For the 2 expertise skills, I took Stealth and Acrobatics because I want to get in stealthily, and if I get spotted, I want to be able to get out fancily. You also pick up your Sneak Attack, which is once per turn you get an extra 1d6 on an attack that you have advantage on, or where the target has an enemy within 5 feet of it. You keep in mind you have to be using a finesse weapon for that. You also learn Thieves' Cant, which is the secret rogue language. For level 2, you're going to take Rogue again, which gives you the Cunning action where you can dash, disengage, or hide it as a bonus action. Very useful for combat. Over at level 3, you get your 2d6 for Sneak Attack. You're going to take the Scout Rogue archetype. This is from Xanathar's Guide to Everything. This is going to give you Skirmisher. You get to move up to half your speed as a reaction when an enemy finishes its turn within 5 feet of you. This doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity, quite nice. You're also going to get Survivalist, so you gain proficiency and expertise in nature and survival. Moving on, you're going to go to Rogue level 4 to get your ability score improvement, which you're going to take a feat instead of the ability score improvement. You're going to take Skilled, so that gives you any 3 skill proficiencies or tool proficiencies in any combination of your choice. So I'm going to take Animal Handling, Medicine, and the Poisonous kit because I like me some extra damage when I stab someone. I just like being able to stabilize people, so you're a bit more helpful in that sense. And who doesn't want to pick up a little animal buddy that they can start training at level 4? I mean, you can get it earlier, you definitely can if you want, but why not? For your character level 5, you're going to take a level in Cleric. This is going to give you your medium armor and shield proficiencies. You're going to get any 2 languages, and you're going to get expertise and proficiency in Arcana and Religion. I think you also have History and something else as an option, but these are the 2 that make sense for me for a Cleric. So that's what you get out of the Knowledge Domain Cleric. For character level 6, you're going to go Bard level 1. You're going to get 1 skill proficiency, and if you don't take Performance when taking a level in Bard as your skill proficiency, there is something wrong with you. I like to be quite fancy, so for my instrument proficiency, I'm going to take Violin. You also get Bardic Inspiration. This gives you a pool of d6s equal to your Charisma modifier. You can use a bonus action to give one of these d6s to a creature as inspiration. Once within the next 10 minutes, that creature may roll their inspiration die and add it to a d20 roll they have made. They may do this once they've seen the roll, but before the outcome of the roll takes place. You're also going to be able to pick up some spells. For cantrips, I like Message and Prestidigitation. Message is just great to be able to keep people in touch. with what you're doing, especially if you have the ability to just stealth ahead quite effectively, which you do. And Prestidigitation is by far the most overpowered spell in this game, and if you think I'm talking shit, just go read the part where it says you can make a small non-magical object that can fit in your hand, and you can just put it anywhere within 10 feet, which could be the inside of your opponent's skull. Go try that with your DM, come back and tell me what the results were. For the actual spells, Feather Fall, because who wants to actually fall to the death? Comprehend languages, again, because you are just so good at talking to people. Actually, thinking of that now, I can't remember if Comprehend languages actually allows you to talk in the hold on, give me a moment. Okay, the results are in. No, you don't get to speak the language, but you get to understand what's going on. That should help to some extent. Bane's always great as a spell. Hey buddy, you want to attack? Well, go ahead, make the attack, but then do it less effectively. And speak with animals, because who doesn't want a great wolf buddy at this point? No, seriously, give it a shot. Maybe, just maybe, your DM will let you do it. Chances of it dying are pretty high though, so be careful if you're going to go and try and convince a wolf to be your pal. Even though you can talk to it, it might just be like, you may just get to understand it saying, you look very tasty, right before you die. So at character level 7, you're going to take a second level in Bard. It's going to give you Jack of all trades, which is going to be useful for exactly this level. You get to add half your proficiency bonus to any skill you aren't proficient in. You also get your Song of Rest. You can choose to play music during a short rest. Any creature that gains hit points during the short rest may also roll a d6 and add the result to their hit points regained. You're also going to take Fairy Fire, because who wants to actually run around going, where is this invisible person, when you could just be like, there they are. And for character level 8, you're going to take your third level in Bard. You're going to go for the Bard College of Law. This gives you another 3 skill proficiencies. I took Athletics, History, and Intimidation, and that should round it off. That should be everything at this point. You also get your Cutting Word, so you can use your reaction to expend a bardic die to reduce the result of a creature's attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. The creature must be within visual range of 60 feet. The creature must be able to hear you. This doesn't work if the creature is immune to charm effects, and this can be done after the die roll, but before the outcome. You also gain Expertise. I took it in Performance and Athletics. Performance because I'm a bard, Athletics because that is by far the weakest skill of the build that I've taken. I'm also going to take Invisibility as a spell, because that just means I'm going to be even stealthier and able to get into even more places I should not be allowed into. For character level 9, there's 2 options that you can take. I mean, there's multiple. You can take a lot more than this. These are the 2 that I recommend. Either go for the 4th level in Bard, get your ability score improvement so you can increase your dex, and get Phantasmal Force, which is a fantastic spell in my opinion. A lot of bullshittery can be pulled off with this. Otherwise, you can take your 1st level in Fighter. This is going to give you martial weapon proficiency, which I don't think you're really going to make too much use of, but the important thing here for me is the fighting style. So you can either take Archery if you're trying to stay ranged, 2-weapon fighting if you're going to go in there like a man, and Duelist if you're going to play it a bit between the both of being a man but also trying to keep your face intact. You're also going to pick up Second Wind, which allows you to heal a d10 worth of hit points as a bonus action. It's alright, it's not too great in my opinion, but if you need it, it's there. And from character level 10, you're going to take your 5th level in Rogue. You're going to get your 3d6 sneak attack damage and Uncanny Dodge, in which you can just use your action to be like, no thanks, to half the damage coming your way from a single attack. At character level 11, you're going to take your 6th level in Rogue, and you're going to take Medicine and Persuasion. Those are just my choices. Rarely you can put it into any of the skills. Literally any of them, you're proficient in all of them. Character level 12, Rogue level 7, you're going to get your 46 sneak attack and evasion, so when you make a dexterity saving throw, you will take no damage if you succeed on the throw and only half damage if you fail on it. Character level 13, you're going to go Rogue level 8, this gives you your ability score improvements. I've listed here all the feats or ability score improvements I recommend. You will probably need dex if you went for the fighter. This just gives you that extra chance to hit, which is always great. Rarely it is. Otherwise, sharpshooter is good if you've gone for archery. If you've gone for 2-weapon fighting, take dual wielder. And if you are going for duelist, then defensive duelist is great. Otherwise, skulker, mobile, and medium armor master are also decent choices. Character level 14, Rogue level 9, you're going to get your sneak attack 5d6 and superior mobility. This is your archetype feature, so any walking, swimming, and climbing speed that you have is increased by 10 feet. At character level 15, this is going to be your 10th level in Rogue, again another ability score improvement. The same selection as what I listed over at character level 13. Character level 16, this is where you no longer have to worry about skill checks because you're going to take your 11th level in Rogue to get your 66 sneak attack, and you get reliable talent. So when you make an ability check in which you are proficient, you can choose to treat the roll on the die of a 9 or lower as a 10. So welcome to never failing, or at least never crit failing, an ability check. You essentially now have plus 10 plus your proficiency bonus on every ability. You're welcome. From this point on, you really can just take whatever levels you want in whatever class you want. This is just what I chose to keep doing. I just kept going into Rogue because I wanted the 4 saving throw proficiencies. However, if you keep going into Fighter, I recommend going into Champion. That gives you the higher chance to crit. Otherwise, maybe you can look at Eldritch Knight. That wouldn't be too great. I would say Samurai if you actually had a decent strength score, because then you're just going to give yourself advantage for free and you're going to be able to get your sneak attack off easier. If you've gone for archery, Arcane Archer is great. Cavalier, I don't think it's really going to feature in anywhere. Battle Master is always great for utility if you want that. But yeah, like I said, I'm sticking with Rogue, so character level 17, going to Rogue level 12. And I'm going to take Resilient to get Strength as my saving throw proficiency, because again, Strength is my weakest score, and I want to make sure I'm covered there. Yes, at level 17, believe it or not. Character level 18, Rogue level 13, you're going to get your 76 sneak attack. You're going to get your Ambush Master. So when you roll initiative, you do it with advantage. Attack rolls made by you and your allies against the first target you hit in combat are rolled with advantage until the start of your next turn. Rogue level 14, so that's going to be your character level 19, you get Blind Sense. So long as you can hear, you are aware of hidden and invisible creatures within 10 feet. That's going to make it easier to land your Fairy Fire, if that's even a thing you need to do at this point. At character level 20, Rogue level 15, you have your 86 sneak attack and you have Slippery Mind. You gain proficiency in wisdom saving throws. So that's the build, but like I said, there are definitely variations to it. You can even put more levels into Bard to get up to level 6 in Bard, I think, and you have more spells to work with that way. You get your Bardic Inspiration off on a short rest, so you can pop that out more often, and if that's the case, if you go into more levels in Bard, definitely up your Charisma. I think you can get your Dex and Charisma both to +4 if you play it right. You can also go more levels into Cleric, so you can get your ability to channel Divinity and gain proficiency with any toolset of your choice. I think it's only for 10 minutes, very limited application because of the low level you are in Cleric, but really, after you have your 11 levels in Rogue, your 1 level in Cleric, and your 3 levels in Bard, you can go anywhere into any other level that you want. Going to Fight is quite nice because then you get your extra attack, which is just, it's fantastic. It's really cool because then you get to do 3 attacks every turn as opposed to just 2. Yeah, but at any rate, let me know what you think of the build. If there's anything else you want to hear me discuss, any other build you want me to look at, and just any general topic of D&D you want my opinion on, feel free to let me know and I'll get right on it. Hope you guys all have a lovely day, and I'll see you in my next video.